In today's episode, we venture into the deep southern United States to explore an abandoned Victorian mansion. This home once held the heartbeat of a family, a father, a mother, and a daughter named Mia, who all shared their lives within these walls. The father, a man known for his passion and dedication, ran the town's motorcycle shop. His wife, however, was the heart of the home, filling the rooms with warmth and love until 2003, when everything changed after she lost her battle to cancer. The house became quiet, the air heavier, and Mia had to move back home to take care of her father in his final years, as he too began to fall ill. She watched him day after day, fading before her eyes, until he passed away in 2009. For a few more years, she remained living inside, trying to live amongst the memories, but eventually the grief was too much to bear. One day, in the middle of the night, she left, leaving everything exactly as it was, as if she might return, but she never did. Now, this once vibrant home sits frozen in time. So step inside with me as we uncover the forgotten chapters of this family's story, preserved within this abandoned mansion. Art Explorers, we just made it inside, and I have to say this is one of the most beautiful mansions I've ever seen. Right here is the front entrance. We just walked in through the front door, and this is what you see. We have this staircase just going up. We have red carpeted stairs, checkered floors over there, and just wood railings. It's so beautiful. And then directly to the right of the staircase, we have a hallway leading to some rooms, and we have another one as well over here. But let's start off right here to the left. And this is where guests would be led to for the first time before they're shown the rest of the mansion. This beautiful couch all the way on the corner, and a picture of a baby up top, most likely a family member. And I can imagine the family sitting down here, having a nice cup of coffee, talking about life. Old box TV right in this corner. Necessity, of course. And over here, we even have a desk space to do some work. And we could see that everything is still here. All these CDs, magazines, even a pair of glasses. We have a section right here just for CDs, down here for envelopes. And then we have drawers right at the bottom for more space for storage. You could usually tell when a house was abandoned just based on the TVs and computers. So we could definitely see that this was abandoned for a long time, but it's still so perfectly well preserved. Look at that woodwork up there. Wow. And right here on this corner, we have a fireplace. It seems like they bricked off a large portion of it and just put this covering up top. You might be able to open this now. I don't think so. They just covered that completely. So back in the day, this was a fireplace, but not anymore. I guess they didn't see use of it anymore. And we have some trinkets right up top. And look at the layer of dust that has been created. It seems like it was abandoned during Christmas time because of this, and also the red candles and the beautiful red curtains as well. Definitely makes this a great room to start this video off in. And so let's continue past this checkered floor pattern. And here we have the front door where you would walk in. Right outside, we have a wraparound porch and a walker right here, which is another indicator that the person that lived here was elderly. We also have a little seat right here that doubles as a storage compartment. And right up top, we even have a mirror and some places to hang coats and hats when you walk in. I think it's very common for old Victorian mansions to have checkered flooring. I do see that quite often. And directly to the right, we have the second living room. It is enclosed on all four sides. And yeah, this pink wallpaper is very common in old southern homes. It's either pink or blue usually. Very elegant couch on this corner, 2 chairs on either side. It seems like they love nature. A lot of fake plants. It's very, very common in abandoned homes. The wreaths just wrapping around the pillars of the fireplace. And it seems like they covered this one as well. And there's just a stove right here. And this home was definitely built before the invention of heating and air conditioning. And so they had to have fireplaces in almost every room to keep warm. Old record player. Put the record over there. And you can just close this up when you're done. That's very neat. And we have boxes of them too. Oh my. But I'm sure this would have been beautiful back in its heyday. These blinds could open and a lot of natural lighting could just flood in here. Also big readers, it seems. They're very smart people, no doubt about it. All these books just piled up in here. And on this table we have a musical instrument, maybe part of the church choir and band. Would go every weekend. An old organ piano. There was one very similar to this that I found in a mansion in Tennessee that is also on this channel, and it wasn't electric, so we were able to play it. However, I think this one is electric, unfortunately, so we won't be able to use this one. Very elegant painting, though. The people that lived here were definitely very fine folks, no doubt about it. And so before we go upstairs, I do want to check out the rest of this first floor. And right on this table, we even have a little bowl full of sweets. That's something definitely a grandma or grandpa would have for their grandchildren. And on the white walls, we do have this big painting. And we just go back a little bit more. And we have an old spinning wheel right here too. And I forgot to mention the checkered flooring has ended and we are now in carpet. That's a very common sight in a lot of these abandoned homes though, especially the old ones. And then through this door, we enter an old section, very old section. It's definitely succumbed to the elements we could see on the floors. There are a lot of holes. And I don't think this was really a living space. It was just storage, it seems. They had some old appliances here, a sink. And you could even tell if we zoom in that plants are just starting to break in here. It's very amazing. To the right, we also have a bathroom. Checkered flooring, of course. And this has quite a combination of colors. We have yellow on the window, and then red and green and white on the walls. And this bathroom just leads to another room over there, which we will check out later. So here we have a less formal living room. This, I think, is a workspace. We have yet another fireplace, of course, that has now been covered up. And a last storage space right here too. And this fireplace is also blue. So we're gonna see blue and pink a lot in this house. Definitely a workspace. Wow, the old computer. Coca-Cola mouse pad, very, very fascinating. Had a very good taste in cars, it seems like, as well. And these were the fine folks that lived here. There's a very interesting find on this table. We have a picture of this place. After some sort of natural disaster, we could see the roof is just completely falling in. They were definitely doing renovations. It might have even been abandoned at some point and they fixed it up. And now it's abandoned again. One of them were part of the army, US Army, of their old jacket here. And the wheelchair, so definitely elderly. Definitely probably disabled too, unfortunately. It's so sad that they didn't have family to take all this. There's so many memories. And here we have a picture of the grandkids, if they even had any. The question comes to mind though, why they didn't take anything. This envelope right here is from 1993. So pretty old. And right here we have some blue walls. And then the pink, red flooring carpet as well. Now this seems to be a closet room, no doubt about it. All his clothes are still here. And the shoes down below as well. And half of the flooring is tiling, half of it is the carpet. So I do wonder why. And so this doubles as a closet and vanity area. And then to the left, we also have a sink. This bracelet still hanging up. And a lot of old toiletries as well. Good morning, my love. Have a good day. I'll be thinking of you. As always, dreams really do come true. Love you. This is so sad. They used to have quite a life here. It seems like they loved each other very much. Here's this room from another angle. What a beautiful living space. Right up top of the doorway, we also have this little carpet trim. A bunch of flowers. A lot of the times these are handmade. They used to sew. And then right across from it, passing under the stairs, And we have one more room. First thing, fireplace, of course. And you can look at the woodwork that was personalized into it. Covered up fireplace too. A lot of board games here. I'm sure you used to pull them out when they had the kids over, grandkids. Have a nice time. And even the doorways are beautiful. Very elegant for sure. And I think this was his final resting place where he used to sleep in his later years of his life, because he was probably unable to walk up the stairs every single night and morning. And so he just put a bed here, and this is where he slept. That's how it is in a lot of these older homes owned by elderly people. There usually is going to be a bedroom down in the first floor. And of course, a little office space right here, the computer at least, and some other trinkets too. And then through this door, it seems like we have a side staircase going up to the second floor. This one is very, very steep and hoarded with quite a lot of belongings. There's so much stuff in this house. To go upstairs, we're going to use the main staircase, obviously, but it's really good to mention that there's another one too. The walls and ceiling here are just wood, and there's painted over. And it seems like this was an addition to the house. Oh, no doubt about it. This was originally the outside. They might have needed more space, so they added this. And now in this section of the living room that the couch is facing, we have this giant box TV that also comes with a shelving space. And so I think this is a full piece of furniture. Whoa. I'm baffled by all the antiques here. Definitely a world traveler for sure too. Collecting things from everywhere he goes. And in this little doorway, if we open it up, very small place for storage. Nothing big, but it definitely does fit into the feel of this room. And the wallpaper, beautiful pink and blue combination. And then on this side, we just have wood. I was about to head upstairs, but you mentioned there's a kitchen, right?
Yeah, dude. It's kind of hidden back here.
Oh, so we have to go back through this area too. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, there's a whole nother room back here. And turns out there is.
Checkered flooring, of course, again. Wow, there's a whole other section. We completely missed this. Thanks, dude. And here we have the dining room too. Wow. What do you think of this place, dude? This is amazing.
It's like genuinely like a time capsule from like a long time ago. It's very rare to see something like this these days. I mean, only a small town you would see something like this, but even still, crazy that this exists from a long time ago. It's like stepping back in time. Like, this is the closest we'll ever get to time travel. It's really crazy.
Yeah, the antiques are wild.
Yeah, dude, there's even cans back there from like the 80s. Like this was abandoned in the 1980s. I don't know what year exactly, but there's like really old cans that are just unopened sitting out behind you.
Wow. All right,
crazy.
Thanks, dude. I'll check this out. I'm really happy Stringer pointed this out because I was wondering where on earth is the kitchen and dining room to this place. But here we have it. Wow, the tablecloth's still set up, and I can imagine the family sitting here after a long day, talking about life and having a nice meal. Of course, more fake flowers. I guess they're just easier to maintain. You don't need water, they don't die. But now they've kind of discolored because of time. There were some real ones mixed in here, I think. No, wow. These used to be red or pink, and they're just yellow now because of the sun damage. Whoa. An old china cabinet full of some beautiful cups and plates. This would be here for storage, but if they have guests over, they need to impress them, they would take this out and use it. What a beautiful room. And to the right, we also have a divider that divides the dining room and the kitchen, so that's very cool. And the flooring throughout is the black and white tiling we saw before. You can see the dust marks from when this was moved. Whoa. An old Forest Service poster. It seems like it was hanging up. You see the nail marks. So maybe this man worked for the Forest Service. You never know. Had a dog as well that most likely died. It's an old picture of him. And now that I'm thinking, that door leads into the bedroom we saw just now on the first floor. And then here we have the kitchen part of it. A lot of time was spent here, no doubt about it, cooking a lot of delicious foods. And here we have what Stringer was telling us about, the old cans. This is Pepsi. Wow, I've never seen this before. It still has liquid inside too. We have beer, unopened. And then this one that's kind of rusting. This one's empty. I think it leaked from there. Maybe bugs broke in. The cupboard's still filled with a lot of condiments, cooking materials, and cups as well. We also have this window. The lower part is covered in the shade, and the top part is just open. And we have the old sink area. Shot glasses up top. My grandma has a collection just like this. She collects shot glasses from around the world. And across, right over there, is definitely religious, most likely. And then this part of it would just be to dry the dishes. I love seeing these old cooking utensils. They're so old and different from what we see today. Even this blender, it's so small. And it really matches the flooring too, because it is white and then has the black countertop up here. The basketball hoop up top, always a good addition. Although I don't think my parents would like me playing basketball while they're trying to cook. Right here, you have another fireplace, also blocked off. And then a little bit of the walling here is also the floor pattern, and that's just taped over. And then the top is just white. What a beautiful countertop. And then we have two chairs right here. And so they turn this fireplace into a seating area, kind of like a bar. Just enough space up here for plates of food and cups. The old burner, and then to the left we have a door that leads right outside, I believe. And the last part of the kitchen is this pantry. We have the fridge, of course, over here. A lot of magnets and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if the food is left in here. Yup. Whoa. I don't want to keep that open because it smells very bad. And then here we have so many old bottles and cans. Oh, that smells really bad. And so now I think it's time to go upstairs and see everything that's there. I love how there's that old seating bench right here in addition to the staircase. Very unique. And this is where we are going to see all of the bedrooms, and this part is definitely going to be very, very untouched as well, since the man would not be able to come up here every single day. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of antiques up here, no doubt about it. A lot of decay is happening, a lot of peeling paint all over the floors. And we have this wood flower combination right over here. Very good looking. Whoa. First bedroom up here is pretty good. We have two beds. They definitely had kids at some point too. We have a gold railing on the side too. Ouija board. And a check from 1948 for $12. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of old stuff up here. Especially here on the cabinet. You do not see these too often anymore. That's why I love exploring these old homes. It's just filled with old stuff. I love it. We have some envelopes from 1968. This one's 1981. We have two windows right here for natural lighting. Pink wallpaper that's kind of faded. And this bed right here too. This quilt is probably handmade. And on this door, we actually have a calendar from 1967. Definitely religious, most likely. Nightly prayer. A religious calendar. And it even came with a pencil holder if you want to write notes. Now this room over here seemed to be a sewing room. We have the table right here. Not a Singer. Usually we see Singer machines, but this one is standard. but definitely a very common sight. Because they used to make their own clothes, mend their own clothes as well. All these newspapers are yellow now with time. And we have some old robes, other trinkets in this closet. Now through this door, I suppose we're just gonna have attic space. Yeah, just some storage. Have some old chairs, bed frames, things of that nature. Of course, folks, they had to have a fireplace. All of them are covered up, it seems though. So I suppose when they remodeled and they introduced heating and the air conditioning system, they just covered all the fireplaces up because they didn't need them. And probably sealed the chimneys as well. You can see a thick layer of dust here and some baby photos. So this might have been their grandchildren or even them when they were younger. This closet right next to the bed has a bird cage up top. They definitely had some pets to live with them. Old pair of boots in there. And if we close this up, there's an old dress hanging up. This one was quite small. I think it was belonged to a kid. So explorers, what probably happened is that kids were raised in here, and when they grew old, they moved out. They left some of their personal belongings, and now it just stays here. That's why we're gonna find kids' clothes and some belongings probably that belong to them, but I don't think they lived here. Now this is the view of the staircase we have. Very gorgeous, and we have another section of rooms over there as well. But let's finish exploring this side and then we'll move on. We have a full bath over here. The shower and bath is to the right. Perfumes, cigarettes too down there. So it's a smoker family. And quite a lot of cobwebs on this window. This was definitely not touched in a long time. And then we have wooden closet space for most likely bedding, linens, and sewing equipment. Very old box TV. This was probably outdated at the time, and so they just put it here for storage and never touch it again. And now let's continue on this first floor. And this is where this wood ends off, and we have a new pattern. And so I assume this is going to be yet another bedroom, but I'm not completely sure. This one is very, very hoarded. And so this is definitely an old kids' room that they didn't need anymore. And so they put all their junk in here. That's what usually happens. There's always one or two rooms that are a mess, and that's because of that. A lot of old books down below. And the bed frame and bed kind of barely visible with all this junk. I'm sure if you look through all this stuff, you'd find some great antiques. It's always baffling seeing old family photos. Really puts you into the perspective of the family. And then on that side, we obviously have another fireplace that's been blocked off, and a lot of trinkets up top as well. We also have this room, which is only accessible from the bedroom. This seems to be a storage and closet area. We have a lot of old antiques all over here. These old posters. Red Cross Cobbies, $8.95. Whoa. So what advertisements? Wow, that's really cool. Asbestos siding. You know that's old because they don't do that anymore. Whoa. The old comics, the old adverts, newspaper too. Wow, this is so neat. And then chest right here, a lot more newspapers and articles. In this flower pot, we have a few postcards from different places. Definitely world travelers that lived here, no doubt about it. And we can see that vegetation is actually growing inside here. And soon enough, this window is just going to be completely broken because of it, and a lot more water damage is going to come in here. This old water jug from the military. Wow, that's really neat. And then down below, we have a cigarette case. This is most likely waterproof, maybe, but Definitely military family. And with that said, the unfortunate reason a lot of these military family homes are abandoned is because the kids, they just unfortunately die in the army. And so when the parents died, there's just no one to take care of the home anymore. And it's just left abandoned. It's a heartbreaking situation, really. And of course, on the right, wood railing. And we have this checkered kind of addition to the wood flooring. From here, we have 2 more rooms on the right and left, and this little living space right over here too. Sewing machine, second one in the house, and a couch as well. A lot of the times in these larger homes, there's a nice sitting area right at the top of the stairs. Here we have yet another bedroom that was converted into storage. We don't have a bed here anymore, but we do have the springs. So they definitely found better use to this room when their kids moved out. Very old chest. You see the intricate detail put into it, and a lot of old board games. I'm sure a lot of these are not in production anymore. Classic. The cobweb is just completely taken over this box. And of course, another fireplace. This one's very nice. It's all wood pillars on both sides, and a photo of a boy right up top. And for the walling, we have blue paint and then a wood ceiling. Now, let's head over to the last room and see what's in there. So here we also have wood flooring, although a carpet was added over here too that seemed to span around most of the room. We also have 2 giant windows over here that have been covered by that shade. And this bed frame is just absolutely massive. Look at the size of that. Whoa. Very cool. And then blue paint for the walls here as well. Here we have the box for the Sharp box TV we saw downstairs. And on this side, we also have an old bookshelf covered in dust and on books as well. And so this was definitely another bedroom that was converted into storage after kids moved out. And of course, another covered fireplace. And we have this door here that leads to the room right over there, but it's blocked off now.